freedom is the only true happiness. Epictetus. Do you feel like life is constantly throwing curveballs at you? Struggling with stress, anxiety, or the endless pressure to keep up? Maybe you wake up each day already overwhelmed, unsure of how to tackle it all. In a world full of chaos, how do you find peace? What if I told you that just 5 simple lines, rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom, could help you take control and face every day with clarity and confidence? Let's dive into these life-changing affirmations that can transform your mindset starting today. Number 1. I am grateful for this new day. When you wake up in the morning without a habit of gratitude, the world can feel heavy. You might immediately dive into thoughts of unfinished tasks, overdue responsibilities, or looming uncertainties. Many people start their day like this, caught in a whirlwind of stress before their feet even hit the floor. Without taking a moment to appreciate the present, life feels like an endless chase where peace and fulfillment seem out of reach. The day becomes reactive rather than intentional, dominated by external pressures instead of internal calm. Philosophers and scientists alike emphasize the transformative power of gratitude. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This ancient wisdom aligns with modern research. Studies from institutions like Harvard show that practicing gratitude improves mental health, increases resilience, and strengthens relationships. In one study, participants who kept a gratitude journal reported a 25% boost in happiness after just a few weeks. Neuroscience further explains that gratitude activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and serotonin, chemicals that enhance mood and counteract stress. Practicing gratitude doesn't require grand gestures or elaborate rituals. Start with a simple habit. When you wake up, take a deep breath and say to yourself, "I am grateful for this new day." It could be gratitude for small things, like the comfort of your bed, the promise of breakfast, or even the sunlight streaming through your window. Some people find it helpful to write down 3 things they're thankful for each morning, while others prefer to speak them aloud. The key is sincerity. By pausing to appreciate what you have, you set the tone for a day filled with positivity and presence. Over time, this simple act becomes a powerful shield against negativity, helping you face challenges with grace and optimism. Gratitude isn't just an idea, it's a daily practice that transforms how you see the world and yourself. Number 2, I embrace impermanence. When we resist the reality of change, life often feels like a series of frustrations. People who cling tightly to how things should be often experience anxiety when faced with unexpected events. Whether it's the end of a relationship, a career shift, or even a small daily inconvenience, the refusal to accept impermanence leaves us feeling powerless. Instead of adapting, we resist. And in that resistance lies much of our suffering. Without embracing the inevitability of change, life feels like a battle against an unstoppable current. The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us to accept change as a natural part of existence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe how all things are constantly changing and accept the transience of everything." Modern psychology supports this. Studies have shown that individuals who practice acceptance-based mindfulness techniques report lower levels of anxiety and depression. Recognizing impermanence helps us let go of what we cannot control and fosters resilience. Neuroscientists have also found that practicing acceptance can reduce activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, making us less reactive to stress. To embrace impermanence, Start by noticing how change is a constant in your own life. Think about something you once feared or grieved, and how, over time, you adapted and grew. Each morning, remind yourself, I embrace impermanence. When challenges arise, instead of clinging to how things were, ask, what can I learn from this transition? Simple practices like journaling your thoughts during times of change or practicing mindfulness can help you accept and even appreciate life's shifts. Remember, impermanence isn't the enemy. It's a teacher, guiding us to live fully in the present and to find strength in life's uncertainties. Number 3, I cultivate kindness toward myself and others. Many people struggle with being kind to themselves. In a world that often values achievement and perfection, it's easy to become your own harshest critic. If you don't follow the habit of self-compassion, you may find yourself trapped in a cycle of self-judgment, which erodes your confidence and peace of mind. The inner voice becomes critical, focused on flaws and failures, and the constant comparison to others creates a feeling of inadequacy. This mindset can leave you feeling exhausted and emotionally drained, unable to show kindness to others because you are too busy being unkind to yourself. However, it is not uncommon to find remedies that work upon the mind and may cause you to experience real-life health benefits. Stoic philosophy, however, places a significant emphasis on compassion, both for oneself and for others. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, encouraged us to practice kindness by understanding that all people are struggling, just like we are. Whenever you're about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This quote reminds us that kindness toward others begins with understanding our own imperfections. By accepting that everyone, including ourselves, is flawed, we foster compassion. Research also supports this. Studies have found that self-compassion is linked to greater emotional resilience and lower levels of anxiety to repression. When we treat ourselves with kindness, we create a strong foundation for extending that kindness to others. Practically speaking, you can start by offering yourself words of encouragement instead of criticism. When you make a mistake, instead of berating yourself, say, I did my best, and I can learn from this. Take a moment each day to express gratitude for your efforts, no matter how small they seem. Show yourself the same understanding and care that you would show a friend who's going through a tough time. Extend this kindness to others by practicing empathy. When you interact with people, remember that they too are facing their own battles. A small act of kindness, a smile, or a simple listening ear can make a huge difference in someone's day. By starting with kindness toward ourselves, we create a ripple effect of compassion in the world. Number 4, I walk the path of wisdom. Many people go through life without ever considering what wisdom truly means or how to actively pursue it. If you're not committed to walking the path of wisdom, you might find yourself reacting impulsively to situations, making decisions based on emotions rather than thoughtful reflection, and allowing external circumstances to dictate your actions. This lack of mindfulness can lead to regret, confusion, and missed opportunities for personal growth. Without wisdom, it's easy to get caught up in temporary desires or to follow the crowd instead of taking the time to discern what is truly right for you. The Stoics believed that wisdom is the highest virtue, and they taught that living wisely requires constant self-examination and learning. Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This statement highlights the importance of distinguishing between what is truly valuable and what is fleeting. Philosophy and science alike support the idea that making decisions from a place of wisdom leads to more fulfilling and balanced lives. Studies have shown that individuals who practice critical thinking and reflective decision-making tend to experience greater life satisfaction and reduce stress levels. In Stoic thought, wisdom is about recognizing the impermanence of life and making choices that align with our deeper values. To walk the path of wisdom, begin by seeking knowledge and understanding every day. Read books, listen to podcasts, or engage in thoughtful conversations that challenge your thinking. Practice mindfulness so you can be present in the moment and avoid reacting without thought. Before making decisions, pause and consider whether they align with your values and long-term goals. Ask yourself, is this choice leading me toward wisdom or away from it? Over time, walking the path of wisdom becomes a habit that shapes the way you approach life's challenges, helping you respond with clarity, calmness, and purpose. Number 5, I am at peace with myself. In today's fast-pacing world, many people struggle with inner peace. Constant distractions, pressures from work or relationships, and the overwhelming amount of information we face daily can easily take a toll on our mental well-being. If you don't actively cultivate peace within yourself, it's easy to become overwhelmed, anxious, and distracted, chasing after external validation or avoiding discomfort. Living with this constant state of inner unrest can lead to burnout, unhealthy habits, and a life that feels out of control. The Stoics were keenly aware of the importance of inner peace. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, wrote, "If you are distressed by any external thing, it is not because of the thing itself, but your judgment about it." This profound insight highlights that peace comes not from controlling external circumstances, but from mastering how we respond to them. Science supports this, as research on mindfulness and emotional regulation shows that people who develop the ability to regulate their emotions and focus on their internal state tend to experience lower levels of anxiety, stress, and depression. Additionally, the act of letting go of what is beyond our control has been shown to improve overall mental health and well-being. To find peace with yourself, begin by practicing acceptance. Understand that not everything in life is within your control, and that's okay. When you face challenges or setbacks, remind yourself that how you respond is what truly matters. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and mindset, and let go of the need to control everything around you. Incorporate daily practices such as deep breathing, meditation, or journaling to quiet the mind and center yourself. By embracing this mindset, you'll find that no matter what life throws at you, you can remain calm, collected, and at peace with who you are. We're almost done with this video, but before you move on, I want you to reflect on your life. Are you going to stay stuck, feeling drained and defeated? Or are you ready to take charge and transform your future? If you're ready to make that change, I want you to make a commitment. Drop a comment below and say, "I am determined to live my best life no matter the obstacles. I will succeed." I'll be reading through all your comments, and I'll feature the most inspiring one on our channel. If you want more life-changing content, make sure to hit that subscribe button.